Okay, everybody, welcome back. Pumped. I apologize. I just recorded 25 minutes and somehow at some point my screen record shut off. So we're starting again. I'm going to show you what you missed. I lost against Vandy. Now, going into this season, I was saying this, but you'll never see it. I'm going to show you my strategy. I got a whole new strategy that I'm not using in the CBGM, so it's open to see. Now, this here is all from practice. I'm practicing 50% on the flex. Nobody had any knowledge of any sets. I don't know how that's possible. I have 8 freshmen on the team, a couple transfers. Everything was white or really, really like orange. I had nothing to work with. I knew it was going to be a slow start. I'm not practicing any zone attacks or presses or anything. I'm just trying to get these guys up to speed. Even on the defensive side, the man-to-man, normally everybody knows man-to-man, not here. So I knew it was going to be a slow start. We've done all right. We started off preseason number 14. We've dropped to 24 after the loss to Vandy. But our last game was a 93-55 destruction of Radford. Now we have BYU coming into Ann Arbor. It's going to be a little bit tougher. UTEP Miners coming in after that. That's a team that I actually use a lot in this game. So, yeah, that's where we're at now. I just redid the depth chart after the Vandy game. I had forgotten to do the depth chart, so we were going with the AI, and it's not the best. So this is what I've come up with. I have Shepard out in the cold here, but he didn't come back from training camp very well, in good shape. Dearborn is my best player. He's only getting 16 minutes. He doesn't know the offense, as opposed to King, who does know the offense. So that will eventually flip-flop I would say by January, I'm going to have Dearborn going hard. Same with Jones at small forward. He's I think he's better than Man, but Man knows the offense. So a lot of this is going to change over time, but that's where we're at now. So let's head back into the schedule. Our next game is at BYU, and then we have UTEP and Pepperdine. 3-1, number 24. It's actually not bad. I mean, the loss was a big loss. We gave up 104 points, but we got 89 in it. Here we are, BYU coming into town. Yes, we got a big win there. McCamey 13-10. Owen Man. That's good. That's a good win. BYU is, I don't know if I would call them a basketball powerhouse, but they're I don't even want to name that school here. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's BYU. It's not Georgia State. Let's say that. And I only said that because they were on the screen. No offense to Georgia State. I know nothing about them. So here I'm not looking at Big Ten teams anymore. I'm looking at top-ranked games, and then when we switch to conference play, I'll go to the Big Ten. So yeah, this is my first time in this save in 2 weeks. I just got back yesterday from work. I was up in a hole in the ground, up in the frozen tundra of the Arctic, but I'm back, ready to go. I'm pumped. I don't know anything about this save. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm just kind of refamiliarizing myself. I went through the recruiting just now. We got 2 big centers coming in. I'm excited about that. And with 8 freshmen, I think Dearborn is a one and done, but the other ones, everyone else is going to stay 4 years if they don't transfer. So this team's going to be really good. We got a good future ahead of us. The toughest stage is going to be now. Like, once we get a knowledge of how I like to play, then things will be different. So we got a big break here, which is I don't hate it. We have a lot of work to do in practice, so every week that goes by, our proficiencies go up. We become a better team. The other teams that have veterans that know what they're doing, they're improving, but they're not improving as much as we are. Every week that goes by, this goes up. This is looking so much better than it did at the beginning of the year. I'll show you the practice plan, what we're doing. Excuse me. So I'm really pushing that flex hard. You can see I've got 75% on the offense. No zone attacks, no presses, no zones, man-to-man and offense. That's all I'm practicing. And then I would say January, I'm going to kind of even all of that out. But for now, we got some catching up to do. So we're going to work hard on our sets. I think that's what's going to help us the most. Running zone and pressing, we don't do it a lot. So I don't see the sense of spending a lot of time practicing that right now when we have so much work to do on our offense and so much work to do on our man-to-man coverage. So we have 2 more days to run practice before our next game. So I don't think we had a game this week. I wonder what that does to our ranking. I guess it all depends on how the other teams around us have done. If there's some unranked teams that really had a good week, we might be knocked out. But if there's teams ahead of us that had poor weeks, we could move up. It's early on. I'm not too concerned about the rankings. So here's Sunday. We are unranked. We got knocked out of the rankings, which is good. When you have that number beside your name, people, they come for you, you know. So we're not going to be, we are playing Texas El Paso. We're not in this screen anymore. I'll just switch that back to the Big Ten temporarily. I do assume we'll be back. So here we are. UTEP 5-3, 113 in the net. See you later. Thanks for coming out. Bobby Dearborn, McCamey. I think that was Owen Mann at the bottom there. So that win is a good win. That puts us at 4-1. And I think that the worst is over as far as our performance. Every game, every week that goes by, we're going to be a lot better than the previous week. So our next game is Pepperdine 3 days from now, and then another 3 days from then it will be Portland State. Then we have a full week. We got 7-0 Duke just before the conference play starts. So wow, we've only got 9 non-conference games. That seems a bit low, but I don't have an issue with that because the more games we have in this state, the more losses we could rack up. So we're almost to the point. See all the freshmen? You can see the freshmen just by the orange. Blair is a transfer in, but all the other ones are freshmen. So, and as they come up, our best players are freshmen, and they're not playing that much. So as we come up in that strategy page, the minutes will come up for those players, and our overall performance will be better. But I don't think I'm going to do anything until the Duke game. Maybe the week of the Duke game, I'm going to switch some guys around. Just redistribute the minutes. So yeah, in the meantime, while this is simming, I'll tell you the CBGM has started up, and it's a bit of a wake-up call. You go into it with so much confidence. I mean, I'm not doing too poorly. Oregon started out with a huge win over Vermont. I think it was 95-59. There was a big win. Pepperdine, 30 points. Then we were 7th ranked preseason. We played Baylor, who was 8th, and we lost by 5 points, which not too bad, but it knocked us right out of the ranking. So we're unranked now. So that's where I sit with Oregon, 1-1. Loyola Marymount's been a bit of a different story. We've lost to Boston University by 30 points. Oh, we got Princeton here. This is a tournament game. Another 30-point win. Okay, so those adjustments I made have really made a difference. I was using the AI depth chart when I lost to Vanderbilt. What was I talking about? Oh, Loyola Marymount. We lost to Boston University by 30. Then we lost away at New Mexico State. We beat East Carolina in the first game. So we're sitting at 1-2. A lot of freshmen on that team as well. So it's kind of the same thing as what's going on here with Michigan, but on a lower scale. Here we go with Baylor. Speak of the devil. Number 18, Baylor. They're 8-1. I don't know what tournament this is. Let's see if I can find it. I got to match up that icon. Oh, the Bermuda Bracket. That's what it's called. This is the final of the Bermuda Bracket. Pepperdine was a tournament game. I didn't know that. Villanova, Baylor. Yeah, the 1 and 2 seeds have made it. So this is the final of the Bermuda bracket. This is for some trophy of some sort. We lost 103-96. It must have been a good game though. I like those high scoring games, back and forth. So we'll remember that Baylor beat us. Try and get some payback in the big dance in March. Then we come right back and destroy Portland State. Get back on the winning track. We're number 22 now in the country. We're back in the rankings. The loss to Baylor was a quality loss. That's more important in football, I guess, but it's not like we lost against, again, I don't want to name a school. I don't want to disparage anybody, but it's not like we lost against a team in the 300s. It was the final of a preseason tournament. It was Baylor. They were ranked ahead of us. We really weren't favored in the game, so I don't think it's going to hurt us too much. For someone who says he's not too concerned about the rankings early on, I sure talk about them a lot. Only because, I mean, what am I going to talk about? We got an hour here. I find myself constantly looking at my screen recorder because it did shut off on me, and it will shut off randomly if the storage gets a little too full. But we should be okay because I've emptied the storage. I watched some other YouTube channels, and I see the difference in how fast the computer computes all the games. I know my computer is a little slow, but the other computer I have is a desktop. Well, I have a laptop that's even slower. That's my travel one. But my desktop is super fast. It's in a bad spot. I don't really spend a lot of time in that room unless I'm doing some kind of computer work. Once I have the office set up, then maybe we can look at some alternatives, but that's good. That's a few weeks away. I'm doing all the work myself, so maybe even a month away. I don't work my schedule is not the most grueling, let's put it that way. I just worked 14 days, 12 hours a day in the Arctic, so I'm not going to come home and push myself, you know. What's my schedule for today? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to do this. I'm going to film a couple of these, and then I'm going to work out upstairs, and then I got some Jeep work, some garage work to do, and then I'll start disassembling that gym. Busy day, huh? Here we go, Duke. See if it's time for Dearborn. Is it Dearborn time? No, you can see Kings at 83, Dearborn's at 40. It's not so much with our secondary sets, but that's still a huge disparity. Yeah, I would say that. Okay, let's get rid of all these emails. I'm gonna leave things the way they are. We'll go to Duke like this. Well, Duke will come to us like this. Number 4, Duke. Number 2 in the net. They're 8-0. 8-0. 8-0. Yeah, that's a big win. I don't think we're going to fall out of the rankings anymore. We beat the number 2 team in the country. That's their first loss. And it's not even our strongest lineup yet. The best is yet to come with this team. And I really, much like everyone else that watches college basketball, I hate Duke. And you do too. I had an ex-girlfriend. Met her in Chicago. So we kind of had a long distance kind of thing there. She was from Raleigh, North Carolina. She went to NC State, but she was a huge Duke fan. I might have told this story before, but she used to go to Duke games in all the gear. She was one of the crazies. Even when they played against NC State, her school, and she would cheer for Duke against her own school. But I will say this. There aren't a lot of Duke fans in North Carolina. That may surprise you. But there are probably, I would say, more NC State fans in the state of North Carolina than Duke fans. Duke fans are like, Duke's more of like a national kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like, I don't know if anybody watches football, soccer. Manchester United. I was over there, and I spent a lot of time there. Manchester, there's no Manchester United fans. They're not even technically in Manchester. They're all Manchester City fans. This was before they got all the money. Anyway, I'm talking soccer. That's for another show that I don't do. I don't do any soccer shows. Big soccer fan. I have lots of soccer jerseys. I don't have any up. That's Hank Gathers. I've told that story before of why I have an attachment to Loyola Marymount. That's actually a mistake. That was supposed to be a Chris Webber jersey, a white Chris Webber jersey, but they sent me a yellow Jalen Rose jersey. They're from China, so I didn't want to send it all the way back. It's such a pain. So I just keep it, display it. It'll be up in the office. I ordered the Weber jersey after. I have it upstairs. I wear that one. Minnesota, big win. Conference play has started. I like to run the table. I think we're the best team in the Big Ten. I don't know anything about the other teams' rosters, but I think we're the best team in the Big Ten. That's Ray Emery. You can look him up. And that's Clubber Lang. You can look him up too. Two of my heroes. I actually met both of them. I met Mr. T when I was like 6. He came to Toys R Us in the local in town there. And then I met Ray Emery at a car dealership shortly after he won the Stanley Cup with, he won it with Chicago, but it was the summertime. He was just on his way to Philadelphia. Michigan State and Michigan. This is a big game. They're 11-1. 0-1 in the Big Ten. They just lost their first game. Who did they lose to? I'm not going to check. And we are 10-2. They're number 1 in the net. We're number 26. It's in Ann Arbor. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Here's the Big Ten area. Vamos! 93-88. Get out of here. Get out of here with that green. Your unwashed uniforms. Okay, so where does that put us now? We just beat the number 1 team in the country, and we just beat the number 2 team in the country in the same week. So where does that put us, rankings? The spotlight is on you. Let's see how you handle that. We just beat Duke, Minnesota, Michigan State, all in the same week. We beat the top 2 teams in the country. Look, you don't believe me? Okay, Duke was number 6. Okay, but still, they were preseason number 1. Where are we? All the way down here? Oh, that's going to change. That's got to change. Penn State, don't blow it on a game like this. After a week you've had, don't blow it by losing to Penn State. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we're winning big, too. They're not even close. Rice is huge. Rice has shown up. And he's a 4-year player. Redshirt freshman. Owen Mann suffered an injury. See, this is where the depth comes in. Let's have a look. He's a 28-point guy. So how long? He's only out for 8 days. I'm going to store this lineup and go back to it. But Jones is going to step up now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of Mann's minutes on Jones, and then I'll redistribute maybe 10 of those minutes. Jones is going to jump up. He's going to play 30 minutes now. Who do I got? Okay, Shepard's not tall enough to play at the 3, is he? No, he's only 6'2". I don't really have another. So, Rada, what do you say about playing a little bit of... what say you? You want to play a little small forward? Yeah, we can do that. Jones can play 32 minutes. I'd like to get rid of another one of these. I don't like a guy playing 12 straight minutes. There, 30. Rada's going to jump up to 20. All right. See, that's something that would really affect my team in previous seasons, but now we're starting to get that depth, that roster depth. And it's not as big of a deal when someone goes out. He's only out for 8 days, but if just say he was out for the rest of the year, I could make it work. It'd be nice to have 3 at each position. That way I can still rotate the 2 instead of throwing all those minutes at Dearborn before he's ready, and he's not ready. But maybe his talent will carry him through. I might, because he's not that proficient, I might jump into the strategy page when it lets me. Just thinking right now. And, I'm already at 55. Okay, that's as low as I want to go with that. I was going to drop that down a little bit, but we'll go with it. Now we got Ohio State. They're back in the rankings at 19. We've only went up to 13. Michigan State just dropped to 3? No, that's not right. Oh, no. No, I don't like losing to Ohio State, no matter what the circumstances are. Oh, not cool. Well, it's better to lose to them in basketball than football. I mean, Michigan State's really a football school. The basketball is just kind of gravy on the top. But Ohio State, I would say, not that I like saying anything positive about them, but I would say they're a better basketball program than Michigan. Michigan State definitely is a better basketball program, but we make up for it on the football field, on the gridiron. Can you guys tell the difference in my tone after a loss? I feel like there's a big win. Hey! No, I feel like after a loss, I kind of lose a little bit of energy. And I do. I mean, it sucks losing, right? $10:30. Okay, after this one's over, we're only at 22 minutes. I'm going to do another one, and then I'll shut her down for the morning. I got some work to do. It's a busy day here. I don't know. I'm looking at this. Looks pretty cool. I don't know. It's not the final. We're not even going to be filming down here. I'm in the dark corner of the basement. We're going to be upstairs. We got good acoustics here too. I'm kind of like, this is like the wing of the basement. There's a wall right here, and there's another one. I can't reach it, but it's almost like a little studio here. It's pretty cool. But up there, I like it's more natural light. It's going to be a cool office. It was before, and it will be again. Me, I like an office where the desk faces the door. So when you walk in, I can see you. You know, a lot of people have their desk against the wall. I've never liked that. My home office has always been like a business office setting. That's what I like. Anyway, you'll see that later. You'll see. Okay, we're in January here. I'm going to have a look at the depth chart. I want to start playing my big boys here, especially Dearborn. I think he's a one and done. I don't want to waste the majority of his only season here with him on the bench. Also, Owen Mann is back from injury, so I'm going to go back to here. Dearborn, are you ready? Let's do it. King is going to lose all his minutes, unfortunately. Who else? Jones, are you ready? What's your proficiency? 40. I don't know about you. Oh man, it's at 84. But he's not really. Yeah, I guess he is playing pretty good. How about Jones? Yeah, he's also playing really good. Okay, I'm going to go with Jones. Now's the time. Not as much of a disparity in the minutes, but enough of one. So I got Jones at 28, Mann at 12. Dearborn's got 32 minutes. I'm really playing the crap out of him. But the time is now. Let's do it. 13-3. We just had that loss to Ohio State, which triggered all these changes. Now we got Northwestern coming in. Let's take it out on them. 87-80. Dearborn, 21 points. Jones, 21 points. My two boys. All right, this is where you got to take it. Take the team in your hands, boys. We're 11th ranked. We had an incident. I hate those things. Please let it not be one of my important guys. I don't want to have to discipline someone here. What happened? Jared McCamey and Leonoff got into a fight over a video game. At least they're playing together. Okay, Leonoff. He doesn't think there's anything to worry about. McCamey's my big 24-minute guy here. Let's see what he says about it. He'll try harder. Okay. So I'm just looking at Radoslav Rada. I would hope that I was hoping that he was going to make some more of his minutes. I'm giving him 15, but he's not really doing much. I might go the other way and take some minutes away and give more to McCamey. I thought Rada was going to, once he learned the offense, he was going to be my starter, but I don't know. I don't think so. He's going to have to be happy with the minutes he has for this year, and then we'll reevaluate in the offseason, depending on who leaves and who stays and who comes. Oh, it's good to be home. Good to be home. It was a long rotation up at work. It was probably the worst one I've had. A lot of things happened. I'm just looking. It's mid-January. We're 14-3, 5-1 in the Big Ten, leading the Big Ten by a full game. It's a good season. Yeah, I'm happy with how it's gone. Indiana, Assembly Hall. It's always tough. Always a tough game, no matter what shape they're in. Nice. We got a big win there. Bobby Dearborn again. Dearborn is really coming through now, and he should. He's our main guy. I just I wanted to bring him in slowly, and now he's here. He's arrived. Hopefully he'll carry us. Owen Mann has suffered another injury. Is he made out of candy? I've already got that position covered, so we're good. How long is he out for this time? 10 days. Sprained finger. Oh, Muffin. I'm going to store that line up there. This time he's our backup, so he's only playing 12 minutes. You want to try Shepard there? No, he's only 6'2". Where's our... Let's try Rada. You have an outside shot? Yeah, decent. Okay, Rada, here's your chance. You have 10 days. 10 days. But the problem is, you're playing all those minutes where Mann is playing. Dalaboa, you want these minutes? Now I need a center. I'm really just messing this up, aren't I? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll go with that for 10 days. Big minutes for Drakeford. Southern. So we have Ohio State coming into town. Then we have Iowa coming into town. And then we're at Maryland. All three teams are ranked 15, 24, and 18. Big stretch here. So chance for revenge against Ohio State. And we got it. We got it. Look at those big numbers. Our big stars are coming through with the big minutes that they're playing. Owen, man, I don't know what's going on with... Why so many injuries? What's going on with you? What's going on with you, Owen? South Florida Bulls. They're in Tampa. Spent a lot of time in Tampa. I think I have a Bulls shirt upstairs. If I do, I'll be wearing it in the next video. Have a look at the status of Owen Mann here. He's got 4 more days he's out. Says he's very durable. I haven't seen that. Does not seem very durable to me. He's had 2 injuries already this year. Next up, Caitlin Clark in the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes. I wonder how she would do. I mean, she's got that wicked outside shot. Man or woman, I mean, it'd be the same if you're open for a shot, right? If she was a post-up player, yeah, it'd be different. Yeah, she's a lot shorter. She's playing against taller. I don't think she would do well. That's not misogynistic or anything. It's physics. I don't know. I shouldn't even really be big fan, but my wife would not like to hear that. She's very, very hardcore the other way there. Very open. Not that I'm not open, but... Okay, back to basketball. We got Iowa coming in here at number 24. 21 in the net. We are 15. This is a pretty big game. I'm a little bit worried about it. Oh, I shouldn't have been. Bobby D. 24, 3 and 2. Big win. 24, 3 and 2. Those are 4 different numbers. It wasn't 24. It was 20. You saw. You can see. You can rewind it and pause it if you want. So that brings us to 17 and 3 on the year. 8 and 1 in the Big Ten. We have Maryland away, Penn State away, and then Illinois at home. I wonder where we're going to be ranked this week. Michigan State is still up there at number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 ranked teams. That's the most I've seen in the Big Ten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's the most ranked teams I've seen in the Big Ten on this game. Well, so we're up to 9. I think we still have 7 ranked teams. Let's have a look. So we're 9, and Purdue, Wisconsin, Iowa, Maryland, Ohio State, and Michigan State. Yeah, and we're the highest. We're ranked ahead of Michigan State now, who are now 13 and 2 at home, 14 and 5 overall. Yeah, we're the best team in the conference. Maryland, for some reason, is number 4 in the net. They're 14 and 5 overall, but they must have some big wins to be number 4 in the net. Oh, let's go to the ranked games here. Duke is now number 3, and we have that big win against them. It's their only loss of the year. They'll be coming for us in the tournament. I think they'll want revenge, but they won't get it. Not against us. We're only going to get better. The dark days are behind us. Man, I had such a slow start on this save. It was embarrassing. I didn't want to say, but I was embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed. If I was embarrassed, I wouldn't have put it up. Got my hit list here. All the players that shunned us or left. Duke, Larry Childs. I forgot about him. In Florida State, Dickie Ryan. I put both of them on the schedule. Got revenge on both of those clowns. Let's check it out. Do you remember that? Dickie Ryan, the emailer? How you doing down there at 8 and 10 Florida State, Mr. Dickie Ryan? Oh, there he is there. Oh, look at you. Look at you. How are you doing? Oh, he loves his team. He loves his coach. Isn't that special? Wow, his numbers look remarkably similar. He's not shooting as well. He's not as efficient, but... Huh. What did you do in your game against us? He played 28 minutes. He was 3 of 10. Didn't exactly make us regret you leaving, did you? Mr. Ryan. Mr. Dickie Ryan. And now let's look at you, Larry Childs. Are they even playing you? Oh, he looks pretty good. Doesn't like the team so much. Wow, he's playing a lot of minutes, but he's not doing much with them. He's only shooting 38%, 29 from 3. And in the game against us, he was only 1 of 3 in 26 minutes. He had 11 assists. This is best of the year. Anyway, that's the revenge report. 2 check marks go on that. Here we go. Maryland, number 4 in the net. 16th overall ranking, and we are playing at Maryland. They have beautiful facilities, apparently. I watched a YouTube video touring their facilities. It's really nice, and we beat them, so it's even nicer. 18-3 now, 9-1. We are running away with the Big Ten. It's our year. Wow, Michigan State 4-5 in the Big Ten. They are dropping like a stone. Dropping like they're stoned. Next up for us, we're at Penn State. Then we have Illinois, and then at number 20, Purdue. But there's no Zach Edey there, so nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about there. "38 minutes. I think we're doing well. So here it is, number 9, Michigan at Penn State. They're 9-11 overall, 2-8 in the Big Ten, 138 in the net. These games always somehow worry me, the away games at teams like this. Big win. Bobby D, another big game. Makes me think maybe I should have started him from the beginning, but at 18-3, well, 19-3 now, there's not much to regret. Like, we didn't lose anything. Big lead in the Big Ten. Maybe that might hurt us in the seeding. But how do I put this? When we're top 10 in the country, you shouldn't really be worried about seeding. You should be of the mindset that you can beat anybody, so it doesn't really matter what the seeding is. It's not like football where the seeding really matters, or your ranking really matters. Basketball, you just keep winning. You just keep winning, and eventually they're going to put a trophy in your hand. There's nothing that you can really complain about too much. You can't blame the people who put together the rankings or anything, because if you didn't win the national championship, you probably lost your last game. That's the bottom line. Everybody makes your conference tournament. Every conference tournament has an automatic bid at the end of it. If you make the national championship tournament even as a 16 seed, you can't claim to be the best team if you lost a game. You win and you survive and you advance. And that's it. Yeah, you can complain you got a tougher path or whatever, but if you're the best team, it doesn't matter what your path is, you're better than all the teams you got to play. So that's the difference, basketball and football. Football, you can complain. You can go undefeated and not win the national championship. And then you got a beef. Basketball, you can't do that. Basketball, if you go undefeated, you are the national champion. There's no undefeated teams in basketball that never won the national championship. You look that up. Illinois, 12-7. Slightly tougher than Penn State, but they are in Michigan. So it better be a win, and it's a win. Bobby Dearborn, again, player of the game. I think he's a one and done. I think I might get more into the one and dones. I don't really like to have too many of them on the team, but I think maybe I'll do the 4-year players. I'll fill the roster with them, and I'll have maybe 1 or 2 one and dones. Because, I mean, he stepped into the lineup, and he's on another level. And I can tell by the scores of our games, they're not as close. But that's the whole team rising up as well. They didn't have too good a knowledge of my new system that I put in here. And the only reason I switched the system up is because I wanted to be able to show you all the pages. I was playing a style that I'm using in the CBGM. I didn't want to show it to you. Oh, big away win at Purdue. I was trying not to talk about it because I didn't want to worry about it. I didn't want to jinx anything. But we got it done. That might be our toughest game remaining on the schedule. And I say that without even having really thinking about the schedule. Anthony Jones is out. I just put him back in. I just gave him more minutes. Did I give him too many minutes? Well, he was playing. He's out for 11 days. He was playing 28 minutes. So, Anthony Mann, you're back. You're going to be back in the starting lineup. Should I just play him 40 minutes at the small forward until Jones is back? Is that crazy? No, that's too crazy. I'm going to give Rada some time there. There we go. 10 days. Who am I even playing in those 10 days? We're 7th in the net. We've got Nebraska at Wisconsin. That's probably our toughest game remaining. And then we have... Okay, so in the next 10 days, we got 3 big games. Jones should be back for Iowa. Not sure, but he's definitely going to miss Nebraska. And most likely going to miss Wisconsin. Wisconsin's going to be a tough game. We should have the Big Ten wrapped up by then anyway. We got 5-2. We got a 3.5 game lead over Wisconsin. 2 in the loss column. Texas Southern. I use Texas Southern in a save. They're fun. I like the SWAC. It's my favorite conference that's not the Big Ten, the SWAC. I also love the Big 12. I like watching Big 12 basketball. Here we are. Nebraska, Michigan. In Michigan. Hate to say it, should be a win. There's the win. Bobby Dearborn, once again. He fills up the stat sheet, but he didn't have a lot of points. He only had 8 points. Before our next game, we're going to have a quick check on Anthony Jones. I'd like to get him back in the lineup. Oh, Bobby Dearborn injury. Oh, that might hurt. I hope it's not for a long time. He's out for 2 weeks with back spasms. Well, this is what we're going to do. Shepard, he's been on the sidelines all year. You're going to get 8 minutes. And I'm going to give all of Dearborn's minutes back to King, who was my starter at the beginning of the year. So it's not It's not going to be a shock to him. And there. So we have two of our big stars out, sprained finger and back spasms. And we got a big game against Wisconsin coming up too. Not a great time for it, boys. Take your rest now, though. We're going to need you for the tournament. The injuries have to correlate to the minutes, I'm assuming. I have had players get injured that I don't even have any minutes allocated to them, but that's going to happen as well. They're still practicing. But I would think that the more minutes you play, the more susceptible you are to injury in the game. I would hope that they have that coded in. So you can maybe rest players at the end of the season in a meaningless game to save them for more important games. I would think, but I don't know that for sure. These are top-ranked games. I don't see any top. Oh, Arizona maybe. Okay, we're 22-3 now. We've won a lot in a row. I gotta check that. When was our last loss? I think it was Ohio State. Yeah, we were 1-1 in the Big Ten. So I think we've won 12 games in a row. Here's Wisconsin. This is the big game. I just want to check something real quick. Yeah, we've won 10 in a row. So we were 3-1 in the Big Ten. 10 in a row. Let's check. Are any of my injured players back? No. Jones has another day, and Dearborn 8 days away. So we got Wisconsin. Big game. They're 9 in the net. We're away. This is our toughest game remaining on our schedule before the tournaments. Yeah, we lost. Owen Mann had a big game, though, coming back into that lineup. We have an incident as well. The only thing worse than an incident is 2 incidents. No, injury. I would rather have an incident than an injury, but I just hate dealing with this. I hate dealing with it. Now, who is it this time? If it's those same 2 knuckleheads, I'm going to have something to say about it. Post-game, Leonov was mouthing off about Jermaine Rice. All right, so Leonov, that's 2 strikes on you. What about my attitude? Your attitude has been lousy. You need to shape up. I'll do my best, but give me some time to work on it. Is there anything? Okay, good answer. Because you were this close to getting a little suspension. Okay, Jones is back, but Dearborn is not. So I'll reallocate the shooting guard minutes again. Restoring the lineup is such a quick and easy fix. It makes dealing with injuries a lot easier. So I usually just store my ideal lineup, and whenever I have to make changes due to injury, when all the injury stuff is over with, I can just go back, hit restore lineup. Bob's your uncle. Another week for Dearborn. So which games is he going to miss? Which games are he going to miss? No, which games is he going to miss? Iowa away and Rutgers at home. Okay, so that was our first loss in a while, but it wasn't a surprising loss. We were dealing with injuries. We're away at our biggest conference challenger this year, Wisconsin. Even though Michigan State's ranked ahead of them, I would say Wisconsin's a tougher team at this point in time. Here we go. We have Iowa away. Let's check to see if we're back to full health. No, 5 more days for Bobby D. We're going to have to deal with Iowa without him. Oh, we got 2 losses in a row. No. Bobby D, get back in that lineup. We don't want to give away the Big Ten. We had such a big lead. That lead is down to 3 games. No, that's not updated yet. Two and a half. Do you know how they get this 2.5? So we got a 4-game lead in the win column, 1-game lead in the loss column. So it's 5. Then divide that by 2. That's it. 2.5 games. Each win, each loss is a half a game. So if Wisconsin lost, they'd be 3. If we win, it'd be 2.5. No, it'd be 2. Yeah. Anyway, that's how that works. Okay, next game is Rutgers, and we have 3 days until that game, so we should have our full lineup back. We have 9 minutes left in this video. I think we're going to go right up to Selection Sunday, so we might go a little bit over an hour, but I just decided this is going to be the only video I record today, and I really want to see where we are in the tournament. So I'm going to try and take us right through the conference tournament, which should end with us on top. I'd love a double here. That's what I call it. Regular season tournament, Big Ten championship. When you say the Big Ten champions, you're always referring to the tournament, but the best team in the conference is usually the regular season, because you can get hot in a tournament and go, look at NC State. Now you can maybe make an argument there. There's a big win against Rutgers. Nice. And I didn't even put Dearborn back in the lineup. Now you can, maybe there's a case you can say NC State is the best team in the ACC, but I mean, they finished 10th. I think if you had all teams as they are now and ran them through the season again, I don't think NC State would be the best team. I think it would be either Duke or North Carolina, which is usually the case. Okay, now we have Dearborn back to full health, so we just click Restore Health. We even gave him that extra game of rest, which is kind of good, because Rutgers is not an important game. So we're 4 games ahead of Wisconsin. We have the Big Ten. We are the Big Ten champions. We're not the Big Ten champions. Regular season champions. And we'll be the number 1 seed for the tournament, so we'll have a double bye at least. But Michigan State, they're hanging around. They're still there, 11th ranked. At one point, we had 7 ranked teams in the Big Ten. That's down to 5. Ohio State is not ranked anymore. And who was the other team? Was it Iowa? I think Iowa was ranked, but they're not ranked anymore. Okay, we have a couple more days till our next game. Hey, if you would have told me that we would be 8th ranked, 23-5 at the beginning of the year, I absolutely would have taken that, because all of the new players we had that had to learn the system. I mean, yeah, I think it's been a super successful season. I'm really happy with how it's gone. So we don't have the Big Ten just yet. We have 3 more games remaining. So we're 3 games up in the loss column on Michigan State, Purdue, and Wisconsin. So theoretically, any of those teams could catch us. We can lock it up here with a home win against Purdue, who are one of the teams chasing us. This will be a tough game. We beat them away, and we beat them at home. Ooh. So Bobby Dearborn didn't show up in the top 3. I'm sure he had a decent game, but coming back from injury, I'm sure he's ramping up slowly. 24-5, 15-3 in the Big Ten. We are now officially the Big Ten regular season champions. That's the first time in this save. So good job me. Now we have 2 more steps. It's a 3-pronged attack. Regular season Big Ten, conference champions, and then the big one. And I think this team is good enough to win it all. Who's better than us? Who's got it better than us? Nobody. We beat Duke. We beat Michigan State. Who's the number 1 team even? Let's have a look. Let's scoot over to the ranking page. South Florida. Let's scoot over to the rankings. We don't have to. It's St. Mary's. Wow. Let's go over there anyway. St. Mary's is the number 1 team in the country, 28-2. Didn't see that coming, did you? I didn't. Carolina's down to 7. So we've beaten Duke. We've beaten Michigan State. Look at Morehead State, the Eagles. The Eagles. We've beaten Wisconsin, and we lost to Wisconsin. And we've swept Purdue. We've got a pretty good resume. Let's have a look real quick. We're 7-4 in quad 1. 10-0 below the first 2 quadrants. And again, I'm not a fan of this quad stuff. So the loss against Baylor, that was really early. I wouldn't even count that. Then Ohio State, Wisconsin, and then Iowa. Yeah, this back-to-back really hurt us. Quad 2, Vanderbilt. That was super early in the year. And then beyond that, we just, no problem there. Bubble watch, we're not on the bubble. We're in. 100% we're in. How's Morehead State on the bubble? They're 17th in the net. They should definitely be in. Gonzaga, 15-13. How do they have a record that bad in their conference? They're in the same conference as St. Mary's. All right. I'm starting to really hate Auburn. I hate Alabama, so by default, I was kind of a minor Auburn fan, but I watched them. I didn't like them at all. That Baker Mazar guy, with the man bun. He's just, what an idiot. I shouldn't say that. Okay, we're up to number 8 now. So that would translate into a 2 seed in the tournament, but the seeding's always off. It doesn't go by the rankings, so we'll have to wait and see on that. So we're into March. So normally this is where I would end it. We're at 58 minutes. We're going to go into overtime. We're going to finish out the conference. We have 2 more games, Illinois and Maryland. And then we're going to do the conference tournament and the selection show. Oh my gosh, how did we lose against Illinois? Come on, don't let it slip this late in the year. Come on. I like 5 losses. 6 losses, doesn't look as good. 5 and below, that's an elite team. 6, you're kind of like, What happened now? If this is Leonov, we're talking suspension here. Leonov was mouthing after, okay, I talked to you already once, and you told me you were going to work on it. Hold on, let me look at my depth chart. Let me see if I can suspend him right now. Yeah, I could play King more at the point if I need to. He can handle it. Okay, here comes the suspension. Here we go. Some time away from these guys might be good. Not even a relationship change. He knows he deserved it. All right. So, Leonov, where are your minutes? Where even are you? Am I blind? Oh, he's down here. All right. So, your minutes are going to go to King. Oh, he's already playing in those blocks. So I need to bring in Shepard. There. You are suspended. You are officially suspended, Leonov. No more of those incidents. And if you want to transfer out at the end of the year, the door is open. In fact, I think I'm going to suspend him right before the decision time. I want that relationship to even drop even more. I'm sick of him. And he was so expensive to get because he's in Russia. That was like $2,000 a visit. I think I'm done with internationals. He might have ruined it for me. This one guy. Big win to finish up the Big Ten regular season. Going into the final week, championship week. Where is that going to leave us in the rankings? We had that loss to Illinois, that disappointing loss. I don't know where that's going to leave us. South Carolina and Tennessee wrap up the SEC there. Oh, I'm going to miss college basketball. We're down to the Final Four. It's going to be another, 7 months until the season fires up again. But football will start in 5 months. I'm not really big on the NBA or the NFL, but I love the NCAA. Well, I don't love the NCAA. I like watching the college football and college basketball. The NCAA as a entity, I don't really like. Here we are, Monday of championship week. I'm going to go to the grid, the Big Ten championship grid. Look at Morehead State. Look at Western Kentucky. Wow. Good on them. Here we go. That's the Big Ten bracket. Penn State, Ohio State, Rutgers, and Northwestern. I'm going to keep it on this screen. So we're most likely going to have, we are going to have the winner of Illinois and Maryland, the 8-9 game. And then probably Iowa. Michigan State and Wisconsin are both on the other side of the bracket. So I won't play both of them. That's for sure. Iowa is back in the rankings. Purdue is out of the rankings. Ohio State's out of the rankings. Wow, they went 8-12 in the Big Ten. They were ranked for much of the season, and they're an 11 seed in the tournament. I can hear birds outside. Springtime. Live. You just saw the arrival of spring live. The birds. Did you hear the birds? That's the official start of spring, the first birds. We dropped one. The loss to Illinois didn't hurt us too much, but it still hurt us. Northwest. So we're now into, that was 2 rounds that went by. So Maryland, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan State, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Purdue. Let's have it. Let's have it. Another win against Maryland. It's 2 within the space of a week. I want this. I want this tournament, and I want the next tournament. The next tournament, though, that's going to be tough. This one we should win. We're the best team in the Big Ten, and I said that earlier on. I said we're going to be the best team in the Big Ten, and we are the best team in the Big Ten. Look at Michigan State. They're out. Michigan State and Wisconsin both been upset. Iowa and Michigan are the 2 Highest ranked teams left, and we're playing right now. Let's go. Let's go. No! Iowa's a bogey team for us. That's our second loss against them. Man, I just can't get both, can I? Dalaboa suffered an injury. Maybe that was the reason. No, it wasn't the reason. He doesn't play that much. Was it the Leonov suspension? Dalaboa was out 11 days. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Wow. So Drakeford, he's dropped off a little bit. I thought he would be better. He's only 1.5. Maybe Dalaboa needs more minutes when he comes back. The Billy Dollar Bill. All right, well, we're out. So that's the last game of this stream. We're just going to go to the selection show, and I think we might be looking at a 3 or a 4 seed after that last week. We had some tough losses. And Purdue has won the Big Ten. Wow. The Big Ten champions are Purdue. Don't think that they're not the Big Ten champions. I do this a lot. I click next, and then I realize, okay, I got to click over here for the show. Here we go. It's the show. Where do you think we're going to be? You can write it in the comments, but it'll be too late by the time I read it. I'll know. I'm going to predict that we're a 3. I'm going to predict that we're a 3. The Penguins and the Dolphins are playing. Oh, no, wait. They're the Sharks. William and Mary. Baylor. Wow, they beat us, too. And they were not even ranked at the end of the year. They got to go to Dayton just to get in the tournament. Wow. So that loss became a lot worse as the season went on. There's Maryland. How did they get in? We took them apart a couple times. Virginia, the number 1 team in the country. They started out in the preseason number 3. What happened to St. Mary's? They must have lost their tournament. Houston's a 2. NC State's a 3. I would have put NC State as a 2. And Texas I would have had as a 5 maybe. Cincinnati's a 5. Creighton is a 6. Nevada's a 7. And then West Virginia, Utah. That'll be a good game. Okay, in Minneapolis. Minneapolis. This is where I want to be. This is the closest. This is the Midwest. Tennessee, 31-1 that's a 1 seed. They were 4th ranked. Then you got Carolina, the 6th ranked team. Put us here. Washington, 13th ranked. They got a 3, and UConn got a 4. So we're not going to be in Minneapolis. We're going to have to travel. University of Richmond Spiders, Western Kentucky. There's St. Mary's. They did lose their tournament. They dropped to number 2 out west. Or is that south? That might be south. Anyway, they're the 1 seed. Duke is the 2. Put us here. Let us get another crack at Duke. No, they put Michigan State as a 3? Wow. Wichita State is a 4. Purdue 5. Big Ten champions, and they're 5th. Wow. Some crazy seeding there. So I guess we're going to be in Phoenix with Kansas as the number 1. Did we get a 2? We got a 2. I'm surprised. I was thinking 3, maybe 4. They gave us a 2. We're playing Coppin State. All I know about Coppin State is that if you drive by that school with your window down and you're driving slow enough, they're going to toss a diploma in your car. That's how easy it is. Sorry, I had to put that in there. Texas Tech is the 4. Xavier is the 3. Okay, I don't hate this bracket. I don't like Iowa being there, but at least they're on the other side. Because if we play Iowa, they're probably going to beat us. Morehead State, what a season for them. Wisconsin. Yeah, okay, we can beat them. We've beat them before. We did lose against them in Wisconsin, but that's a tough place to play. So if we get through Coppin State, we're going to probably play Wisconsin unless they're updated, unless they're upset. I got to sneeze. I got the sneeze button in time. I never used that before. I'm excited to play that video back and see. We're 10 minutes over here. That wraps it up. So we're going to be in Phoenix for the tournament. We got Michigan State, we got Michigan, Coppin State. That's going to be a good game. Kansas is our 1 seed, and I don't see anybody else other than Iowa that can stop us. I think we're going to the Final Four. And that's it. One video. We went start to finish. You missed the first 4 games just because my my screen recorder stopped. But yeah, so we're number 11. 9-6 quad 1, 7-1 in quad 2. We had the 140th recruiting class. I'll just show you that real quick. John, did we lose a recruit and I didn't even see it? Recruit ranks. We did. Folks, check your emails during the season. They're very important. Don't let them build up. You see, once in a while I go there and I clear the scouting reports, but I missed a very important email. I lost the center because he's dumb. That would be January 28th. Yeah, Armin Mack didn't make the SAT minimum. So now we're stuck here. What do we do? This video is not over. Stay where you are. We're going to go full recruit list. Am I losing 2 centers? Why am I recruiting 2? I just want to have a look. No, we got Drakeford. Why did I recruit 2? We're losing Dalaboa. Drakeford's not the best. That's probably why I recruited a second one. And all my other positions were pretty strong. So I would say, yeah, another power forward or a center. So who's left, though? That's the problem. And we got to go bio because I got to see their scores. You need 1,000. All these people are good, but they're all taken. Here's a JUCO, Jamahi Simmons. He's a big shot blocker. He must be tall. You're not Jamal. 6'9". Yeah, and he's only interested in us. So I think he's coming. I'm gonna go full beans on him. Just give him the whole how do you do. Okay, I'm gonna clear all my emails. Man, that was... I'm sure some of you are watching, and when January 28th came on, you were probably like, check your email, yelling at the screen. I should go to Coppin State. I'm so dumb. Lehigh is brown. I didn't know that. I like brown teams. Valparaiso, Lehigh. Who else is brown? Brown. That should have been at Western Michigan. Western Michigan's taken in the CBGM. I was going to use them. I don't hate Western Michigan. Eastern Michigan is right there. I can probably see them. They're in Ypsilanti. But I like Western Michigan better. I like that W. It's like an upside down Michigan. Okay, I'm going to play these games here because they're not important games. I just wanted to see if I can get a decision, but I probably have to wait till Sunday. Okay, so we've arrived at our game. That'll be in the next video. So who's played? There are the scores from the first round. No upsets on this side. Ryder beat Creighton. I hate Creighton. I hate Duke more, but I don't like Creighton. Over here we have Villanova, the only upset on that bracket, and then these two we haven't played yet. Okay, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.